I'm Charlie, and this is Darian of Avoyer Designs. You have Avoyer.
Avoyer, yeah.
Avoyer?
Avoyer. A little bit of a French flair on that.
Yeah. Darian and I started talking about building a website together. That would have been a few months back. And I just realized there is so much that we need to express, and it needs to be kind of a little bit more interactive and a little bit more spoken from your heart. So I thought getting it on film would be a great opportunity to do so.
What a great idea, and thank you for coming out and doing this.
Yeah, thank you. To begin, when you came for a meeting, you walked into my home and you looked at my home in a totally different way that I've never really looked at it before. It was like it became this living entity that I'd never seen. And I'd love to know more about like your viewpoint or your philosophy on homes in general.
Yeah, that's a great question. It's something I'm really quite intrigued with. I don't know if a lot of people realize that the way we interact with buildings is very much tied into the way we interact with other people and connection. We're recognizing patterns of expressions or form, body language. And when it comes to buildings, we're looking for similar patterns that guide us in how to interact with the buildings. And that way they're living with us through our psychology, our makeup as people. When you walk to the front of a building, you're gonna pick up on cues that let you know where the front door is and how to access and use different parts of the building are gonna be laid out in intuitive form through the path of travel. It becomes an effortless, guided experience of just presence with the building. And so it's a feedback of built-in structure and purpose and the enjoyment and use of the space.
Okay, that makes so much sense. So when it comes to the artistry versus the utility of a home, you know, you see some homes that are kind of cold or they're just art pieces that they don't look lived in. How do you approach that? What is your perspective?
Well, my value around the design work I do is that I want homes to be, like you said, lived in. I want them to be real places of activity and community and refuge and peace and support for people's daily lives. The homes I design, they have beauty built in by that function and also by certain design choices around form and character. And they might not necessarily be a design that's on the front of an architectural digest, but they're something that I want to make an impression on the lives of the people who live in through their existence, through the generations that they're going to be here.
I know in the experience that I've had with people that you have worked with, or from what I've read in the many reviews, that you really build a relationship in this process.
Yeah, I liken it to sculpting a statue, more that than maybe painting a picture, because when I meet with a client, their lifestyle, their desires, their goals, their dreams form the shape of their home. They might not be able to express that fully in ideas, but that's my role to help bring that form out of a cloud of thoughts and ideas and pictures and dreams and goals that aren't so much coherent yet in their dream home. In the process, I'm more chipping away the things that don't fit to reveal what is already there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's quite an intimate process, I imagine.
It is. Working with couples, working with families, you get to know details about their lives and the way they live. You get to see them making difficult decisions together and making compromises when it needs to be and just learn to understand each other better through the process. Yeah.
I'm here with Darian from Avoyer Designs. Hold on. As I was saying.
That was great.